My name is Alvaro Cardenas, and I'm an associate professor of computer science and engineering in the Baskin School of Engineering here at UC Santa Cruz. I'm working on cyber-physical systems security and privacy. So cyber-physical systems are this, it's an academic term for all these computing systems that interact with the physical world. So it includes IoT, the Internet of Things, and other embedded systems like autonomous cars. And we're looking at the security and privacy challenges of these technologies as they become more immersed in our lives. So some of my work that was recently featured at Newsweek magazine and also IEEE Spectrum was trying to understand the vulnerabilities of IoT devices. So everyone knows that IoT devices are vulnerable. There's a classical saying in us for people who study IoT security that the S in IoT stands for security, meaning they don't have a lot of security. The biggest impact for us would be, yes, to be able to incorporate technology to all the critical infrastructures like the power grid, autonomous systems, like chemical processes, drones, and IoT, and enable to fulfill the promised benefits that they have, while at the same time maintaining our systems secure. So, for example, in the state of California, we are one of the leaders in the adoption of renewable energy for the power grid. And one of the recent studies that we did was to understand what are the implications of IoT attacks to the power grid, so high wattage IoT attacks. So the idea is that a lot of like thermostats and electric heaters and even electric cars are now being connected to the internet and are available through the internet, the charging of these devices or the activation of these devices. And the threat is what would happen if an attacker, let's say, compromises 100,000 water heaters or 100,000 thermostats, or maybe a combination of both. Like the attacker can manipulate a large quantity of the load of the power grid immediately. And the question is what can happen if there's a big jump or a big decrease in those numbers. In principle, they cannot harm too much our classical power grid. They can potentially harm more the power grid with these renewable efforts. So we want to, again, as security researchers, we want to enable these new technologies. So we find the problem, and then our next step is to try to make sure that these IoT devices, high wattage IoT devices, are properly secured so that we can allow the adoption of these new renewable sources of energy to our power grid in a safe and secure manner.